What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I am Ro. I don't even want to address the time that has passed because I have just been living life, enjoying life, working hard. I have no excuses for you. And as you can see, we're about to catch up anyway, so I'll do all the explaining throughout the video. But before I get into any of that, happy 2023. I hope that you're coming into 2023 a lot more hopeful, optimistic, faith-filled, and feeling grateful that you get another try. I'm going to be doing my makeup, which I haven't done in a while, so this shall be fun. Let's catch up. Let's talk about what's new. Yeah, I had to do my eyebrows off camera because I could not see. So one of the major things that's new, something that I have been like avoiding for the past, not that long, but it's something that I genuinely didn't necessarily care to do anytime soon. However, I knew once I moved to Houston that it was gonna become more and more necessary that I get a new car. Back in September, my car actually gave out on me. Side note, I was on my way to work, literally about to turn into the parking garage when it just cut off at the light. And I'm almost certain that whatever the issue is with the car is very fixable. However, once you're done with the car and you're done putting in effort in the car, then that's it. I had a 2007 Hyundai, however you say it, Sonata. It was my aunt's old car. I've had it in my possession since 2017. Though I'm not a fan of the fact that I have a car note, I am very, very happy that I have something that's reliable, dependable, something that I can travel in. I love the car. I do love the car. I don't love the note, but I love the car. Something else that's new, which is kind of the reason why I'm recording on the floor, is because I moved. So I got the new car in October, not long after I moved. Is this my skin tone? I don't know, y'all. I don't know what my skin tone is. My reasoning for moving was just the pros outweighing the cons. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have moved. I am very much so over moving. Did really like my last apartment. I did. However, I was gonna at some point outgrow the space just because the space didn't have like a lot of storage. In my new place, I definitely have way more storage. I have way more space, and I have an office in my new place. I work from home 2 days out of the week, and in my previous apartment, my desk was in my bedroom. Tip, get your ears. Get your ears. Pro tip. I don't know if it's a pro tip, beginner's tip. I will not be doing a full apartment tour. I think I'm just kind of past that phase. Like, I have moved several times. I think I've shown at least 3 of my apartments, maybe 4. You know, I'm kind of out of that phase. Maybe one day when I get a house, I'll do like a house tour or something. But even then, for safety reasons, it's kind of like, Though I won't be doing an apartment tour, of course, I'm going to be recording all of the decor things that I plan to do. I really loved my setup from my last living room, but I'm a person that likes to change things, so I will not be having the same setup in my living room from my last place. I plan on completely doing something different, and the vibe and the bones of this apartment is so much different than my last apartment. This apartment has more like gray tones to it, like gray and silver type tones, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan. I'm more of a gold and warm color girl. Stay tuned for what I have planned for my living room as well as my office. That's on the horizon. We're moving through this kind of fast, aren't we? I low-key feel like I missed a step, but I don't know. Let's talk about how 2022 went and what kind of year 2022 was for me. 2022 for me was, I was very intentional about taking a pause from being so, I don't want to say so serious, but I allowed myself to breathe. I didn't have any crazy goals going on. Just allowed myself to live and explore and travel and get acclimated to, you know, not my new life, but my life here. However, 2022 did become really busy. I was pretty much on go from July until January, honestly. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm trying to contour. I don't even know if it's showing up. I feel like it's blending in. Is it showing on camera? Y'all, that ain't doing nothing. It look like my skin tone. But that's what I get for trying something new. Am I tripping, y'all? I'm not gonna contour my nose. My nose kind of looks contoured already. I honestly didn't catch a break until January. I am a person that if I'm like busy for like long, extensive periods of time with, I don't want to say without breaks, but without intentional breaks, I can burn out. Around October, I knew I needed a break, but I knew that it was becoming a necessity for me to take a break in November, but I couldn't afford to take one. I am definitely someone that prioritizes like me time. So even though within those 6 months, I wasn't taking like any true like intentional breaks, I was still definitely incorporating me time. But sometimes you just really need those really intentional breaks where you're not communicating with nobody, you're spending quality time with God, you're limiting your screen time, you're, eliminating distractions and sacrificing, those particular things like once. You're kind of like fasting. I needed a fast. I needed a detox. I wasn't eating well. And also on top of that, with my new car, and then also at some point when I was moving, I was juggling 2 households. So I still had my old apartment, then I had this apartment. So not only was I in need of a break, I was also taking financial hits, like back to back to back to back to back to back. And also work started to pick up. Like I was thinking things were gonna dial back at work just because we were approaching the holidays. I went home to Alabama for Christmas, and then when I came back, as soon as I got off the plane, I had already planned on starting a detox and fasting into the new year. So I wanted to do like a 5 or 6 day, just complete nothing. Just anything that would take up time and require extreme energy and take away from me spending time with myself, spending some quality time with God and just focusing on relaxing, but also getting myself together for those 5 or 6 days out of the picture. And for 2 of those days, I did a 2-day juice cleanse. It was so good, y'all. I would definitely be doing it again. It wasn't my first juice cleanse. It was just a new one for me. I probably put a picture on the screen. So that's how I spent my New Year's. That kind of wraps up how I ended 2022 and overall how 2022 went. So now I'm gonna hop off camera and then I'm going to come back and do the Q&A portion. So I just asked you guys to either leave questions or leave topics. So let's talk about the first. She says, please talk about your career/line of work, how you got into it, etc. Thank you for asking. So I currently am a project engineer for a multifamily real estate company. So basically, I work for a landlord company. Basically, that's the best way to describe it. And I went to school for civil engineering. I graduated a few years ago, about 3 years. I'm 3 years into my alumni season. Following college, I became a project engineer in multifamily construction. The construction, when you see all of these apartments being built outside of the road or next to your building. So I was a part of that process when I first started, and I did that for about 1 year and 8 months up until I moved to Houston. But now I'm on the ownership side, and I help to assist in any way, shape, or form, however I can, on any projects that may come up on our existing properties, because we own, maintain, lease, all of that good stuff for our properties. So I would definitely say education got me into it. My degree definitely got me into it. Applying to jobs, I was very thorough and intentional when I was applying to jobs. I applied to at least 50 jobs when I was in that transition. Yesterday actually made 3 years into my career. So Friday the 13th was my 3-year anniversary in having a job and having a career. And I do plan on doing a video or 2 just talking about my job search and all things career related, but I'm not gonna talk your head off about it right now. I guess I can go ahead and knock out the living in Houston and Houston updates. Still the same, y'all. I can't lie to you. I still love Houston. I have no plans on leaving. Nothing has changed. I've met some really cool people. I can't wait to meet more people. I can't wait to hang with people that I've been trying to hang with for the last few months. But I still do love Houston. And it's like, if you've ever visited Houston, then you know. Houston is a huge place. I have barely scratched the surface. One thing that I can say that is kind of like, I hate that it's that way, is how Houston is being advertised. It's just being advertised as like a party city. And it is. It is. The vibes are immaculate. If you are Black and you're looking for somewhere to come where you can feel like you can just have fun and be around your people, Houston is the place. However, Houston is so very diverse. And there's just so much to do. There's definitely a difference. I'm a country girl. I grew up in a very small town, and pretty much most of my life I have not lived in a city. So there are some things that are different from me living, in a more rural areas to now living in like metro areas. It's definitely different. Let's see. This one was new. Am I in grad school? Do I plan to attend grad school or get my master's degree? The short answer is no. I've had great academic success. I was the valedictorian of my high school class. I graduated magna cum laude. Like, I'm not bad at doing school. School-related accomplishments weren't serving me anymore. Like even when I would get like awards in college, like honor roll or get on the president's list, like I didn't feel accomplished. It didn't move me at all. And luckily I did choose a degree that doesn't really necessarily require you to continue your education in order to advance in your career. My career is more so networking based and certification based. And I've looked at programs like maybe I get a project management master's. I've looked into MBA. I've looked into accounting, and every time I'm just kind of like, this kind of really doesn't make sense for me. And also creating more debt just doesn't make more sense for me. So I'm good on the school tip. Life changes, so maybe one day I'll change my mind on it. But for now, I have no plans of returning to school. One of my high school dreams was to become a pastry chef. So I may eventually go to culinary school for something or art school for something, or just end up taking like classes for something. That may not necessarily be tied to a university, but I am definitely working on things that will advance me in my career, and thankfully a master's degree is not involved. Interior design updates, decor plans at the new place. I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but I do plan on completely redoing my living room setup. This living room is definitely way more spacious, and it swallowed up every piece of furniture that I have. It makes this furniture that I have, and I have a pretty decent sized couch, it makes my stuff look like dollhouse furniture. So I'm definitely going to get some more big girl pieces and really try to fill up the space without it being cluttered, because I'm not really a clutter person. My last living room was definitely a little bit more artsy, and I really did love it. That's really my vibe, but like I said, I am trying to like stick and make it mesh the bones of this apartment, which is more neutral. But I'm gonna add some good artistic pieces that'll make the room come alive. But for my office will be artistic. I'm just gonna have all the fun I can with the office, but for the most part, for my living area, I'm gonna keep it cute and a little grown. We're gonna do a little grown, okay? But y'all stay tuned for that, and I promise I will not only record it for TikTok and Instagram, but I will do a longer video for YouTube so that you guys can see, and I can go a little bit more in depth about how I come up with my ideas for my space. She said 2023 goals that you would like to tell in 2023 budget. So 2023 budget, that will actually be my next video. So y'all will see that in a couple of weeks following this video. I'll be talking about what I've learned financially and just updates to my budget. So I can't wait to talk to y'all about it, because y'all know I love to talk about budgeting. I think it's so important that we know our money. So stay tuned for that. In about 2 or 3 weeks, we gonna say 2 weeks. We're gonna say 2 weeks. We're gonna hold ourselves accountable. It's gonna be in 2 weeks. So I will be posting a budgeting video in a couple of weeks. And her next question was 2023 goals that you would like to tell. I actually have my goals written down in here, and usually I would either do like a vision board or at the very least just at least write a list of my goals. So my list is in here, but I actually got this cool idea from TikTok. This girl, she turned her 2023 like goals list into a bingo card. So shout out to her. I don't know who the original creator was, but it definitely was an original idea. So I actually have a vision bingo where I put majority of the things that are on my list on that card. And I think it's good that you reward yourself. So I decided if I get bingo in one direction that I was gonna buy myself something nice. I'm not really into designer stuff, so maybe like a perfume or something nice. And if I get 2 or more, I can treat myself to a spa day. We love a spa day. And if I get 3 or more, then I will treat myself to a vacation. So we rooting for the 3 or more, because if I get 3 or more, low key, I'm gonna do all 3. I'm gonna buy myself something nice. I'm gonna do the spa day, and I'm gonna go somewhere. If you type in like vision bingo maybe on TikTok, you should be able to find it. But let's see what I don't mind sharing. Y'all know I'm a little secretive. When I write down my goals, I kind of like section them. So I have financial goals, I have body/health goals, professional goals, and then I have my personal goals. I can tell y'all one of each. Financial, I plan to open a travel credit card. So we'll talk a little bit more about credit in that budgeting video, because that's something that I have been working on since I've gotten to Houston. And so this will be another addition to my credit journey, which is opening a travel credit card. Body and health. Let's talk about it. Currently, I am doing the 75 hard challenge. Technically, I'm not even supposed to call it 75 hard, so I don't call it 75 hard. I just call it 75 day challenge, because I modified it to fit my lifestyle. I'm honestly not in a place where, you know, I need extreme measures to help me do what I need to do. I just needed like a little bit of a kick. I've already gone through those phases of where I just really need like that challenge. I've gone through that period. I don't need that no more. My weight is a push enough. So I modified the challenge to work for me, and I actually do plan to talk more about that once I complete it. So y'all stay tuned for that. I finish up with the challenge mid-March. I am on day 13 right now. Yeah, I'm on day 13, so I still have, 62 more days. So roughly 2 months. That's not even on here, but that's something that I'm doing right now. So completing my 75 day challenge is one of my body/health goals. Professional, I want to pass 2 professional exams, which will lead to me receiving 2 professional certifications. So that is on here. And next on the list for personal, let's see. Which one don't I mind sharing? Taking swim lessons. I do not know how to swim. And I was supposed to do this last year, but I didn't think my knee was in the best place recovery-wise. I injured myself in 2021. I didn't think my knee was in the best place. I wanted to be sure. So I will be doing that this year. I will be taking swim lessons because I should know how to swim at my very big age. So those are some of my 2023 goals. I actually like that question. Self-care routine. I think I actually posted a video back in 2020 of just me kind of dispelling like what self-care should look like, especially since it's very romanticized now with like TikToks and Reel, and you know, putting your hair up in some towel and putting a mask on your face and clipping your toenails. Like that stuff can be self-care, not taken away from it. However, self-care is a very respect to person type of thing. One of the ways I take care of myself is not doing a dang on thing, because typically all of my days is filled with me doing things. So when I release myself from doing things and I just do absolutely nothing, I'll watch something that has little to no significance or importance in the world. I love watching Good Mythical Morning. I'll watch like nostalgic shows, or I'll watch nostalgic movies. I try to like feed the child in me. So one thing that I do, I play games on my phone. Yes, I play Candy Crush. I do. And I was late to the bandwagon. I don't think I started playing Candy Crush until like 2020 or 2021, I think. I don't know how long I've been playing, but I'll like I'll have like a documentary or something playing in the background, or a TV playing in the background, and I'll just be on my phone playing games on my phone. Completely disassociating with the world, disassociating with my responsibilities, with my job, with whatever's on my mind, just completely eliminating important things and hyper focusing on this game, honestly. Other times, I like to explore a little bit. I like to sightsee. I like trying new places to eat. I like going to the movies. I really like taking myself to the movies. Other times I just like hanging with people. That's a good form of self-care for me. Since I moved, just like meeting up with people and talking with people and really having that community. I think self-care can sometimes, you kind of confuse self-care with like you have to be alone in order for it to happen. But no, sometimes self-care is me actually talking to people and me actually having that human interaction with people. Because sometimes if you work a lot and you're used to being in professional spaces for a long period of time, you can kind of lose, your personal skills. Also with self-care, I typically enjoy anything that includes like a process. So painting, drawing, building, assembling things, working out, anything that requires a process, I really do enjoy, because I will zone out. So I really do enjoy processes. And I think this is the last one: how to navigate new purposeful, intentional friendships in a new city. I think I mentioned this in my last update video with friendships. I never go into a new connection or a new situation just automatically thinking, just because we met and we may have had like an initial, like a good first impression of each other, that automatically means that we're going to turn out to be friends, or that we're going to turn out to be more than what it is at the moment. So I never put the pressure of a friendship on any of my new connections, because that kind of ruins being present in the situation, and it also puts an unnecessary expectation, which could lead to disappointment and letdown for no reason. When you meet people, definitely don't place that burden of friendship and sisterhood or brotherhood on them. Let it be what it is, and really be yourself with them. Allow them to be themselves with you, and if y'all click, then by all means. But don't try to force anything. But one other thing that I can say is to check yourself. Be intentional, just how you may be intentional about your family or about your romantic relationships or about your job. Be the same way with your friendships. Really sit and think about what kind of friend you need, and also what kind of friend you want to be. And that really shapes you as a person, the kind of friend you are. And if you can learn to be a good friend, I think that it will take you a very long way. Because once somebody becomes your friend, you start requiring and expecting things from them. So you don't want to place that burden on just anybody, because you can start ridiculing a person when they weren't even looking to become that in your life, or even deserving of such a big title like that. So just be mindful, and not every connection is going to turn into a friendship, and you have to be like okay with that. I think that's it, y'all. That is it for this video. I will try my best to upload every 2 weeks. I think I can stomach that. At first I was like, okay, I can upload once a week. I can't do that, y'all. I don't think I can do that. So I wanted to get a schedule that actually makes sense. So every 2 weeks, I think I can do that. As we all know, editing takes the most time. So it's not really the filming that gets in the way, it's the editing. But I hope y'all enjoyed. If you guys want to follow me when I'm in between uploads, definitely give me a follow on Instagram at According to Ro. It's the same as my channel name. I am also on TikTok, according2 Ro. I'll just put it on the screen. And be on the lookout for everything that I have coming up, decor-wise, budgeting, and a few other things that I'm going to sprinkle in there. I hope that y'all are excited about 2023. I hope that it's going to be bigger and better than last year and all the years before. I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Mwah.